afternoon. At least to some of you watching this anyway. Maybe it's the morning. Who cares? Right, this is Corgi number 923, which is the Sikorsky CH-54A, in military terms known as the Tahe. Now, the Tahe was a native American chief, apparently, and that was his name, Tahe, which stood for the crane. So when they developed this helicopter, they named it after a Native American chief. This is the military version. There was also a civilian version, of course, and Corgi did a civilian version, number 922, which was it was made in red, where it had a white pod with a Red Cross sign on it, Red Cross on it. So this is the military version. So basically 922 was a civilian version by Corgi, and 923, like this one, which I have in a very battered box, is the military version. Just so you don't think I'm a weird kid who kept all these toy cars in perfect condition, as you can see, this one isn't. The box has been smashed apart. In fact, I even wanted basically to show you it at all, but I thought, oh no, bung it in, why not? Look at this, look. I've even got the cellophane. Look at the state of that. Oh, I don't know. Still, there you go. So, yes, this is the one I had as a kid. This was manufactured from 1975 to 1978. That's Corgi's manufacturing plant, which was in Hong Kong at the time. So, made abroad. So, now, if I try and show you this without it, the box disintegrating. Before I do that, just a couple of quick details about it. The Sikorsky CH-54 was developed in the early 60s, was actually unveiled in 1962. It served very extensively in the Vietnam War, mainly delivering supplies to forward bases where they couldn't, use conventional aircraft, clearly. Lifting artillery pieces, you name it, it did it. It was, it was very good at what it did. At the time, it was very used quite extensively by the US as supply. The last ones were used, I think, in the early 90s by the military before they finally gave them up in favour of other vehicles, or aircraft, I should say. Some do continue in civilian use to this day, like fighting fires and heavy lift aircraft for manufacturing, construction industries here and there. Oh, and the timber industry as well. So yeah, there's exports all over the place for this one. But anyway, enough of that. You don't want to hear about history because you all look it up on Wikipedia, which is what I do. Right, now then, let's move that out of the way. This very battered box, but what the heck. It's Corgi, Sikorsky, CH-54A Skycrane, US Army helicopter. Die-cast model with operating rotors and a detachable casualty pod, which I thought was great at the time. It always reminded me of the Eagle transporters and Thunderbird 2, even though it was real. Oh, look at that, £1.45. So, operating rotors, detachable casualty pod. Oh, look, there's some details on the bottom. Oh, look at that. The US General Purpose Transport Helicopter, lifting capacity of 9 tons, designed detachable pod, can vary in relation to the type of cargo being carried. Nickname Mantis, because of its body shape resembles this insect, which it does. I always look like a grasshopper. But then we don't have mantises in the UK, do we? So, right, there's no point in me carefully taking this out the side, so I'll just take it straight out because the box is so smashed. Right, go away, box. Okay. Here it is. Well, you want to put the rotors into position. This middle one pivots, you see, so you have to be very... Oops, try to get actually in the screen would help, wouldn't it? Try and pivot it. There we are. The rotors work by this little dial. You see that little wheel? Oh, this for some reason doesn't engage very well. It keeps missing, but You know, but you get the idea. You could spin the rotors like that. Looks like unfortunately I lost a blade of my tail rotor. But of course, exciting feature I thought as a kid was the pod. So it just clips into place. Oh, put in the centre of the screen. Clips into place, and then you can. Well, you're supposed to be able to just take the pod out there like that. And this, a little ramp that came down, which typically for me, I keep half expecting Thunderbird 4 to come out of. But there you go, such an old nerd. Yeah. And here it is, with no pod. Whoops. See if I can destroy it after all these years up in the loft. Yeah. Okay, so that's about it really. Got nothing else to say about it. So, as ever, thanks for watching. And I'll come back with something else very soon. There we are. The Corgi CH-54A tar hay, also known as the Skycrane. Bye-bye.